Go to lindseygraham.com and give Donald Trump your money, all right, so we can stop this bullshit.
Is Michael Cohen the best or what? I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and I also co-host the podcast Political Beatdown with Michael Cohen. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get audio podcasts. During my last episode that I hosted with Michael Cohen, he just gave one of the most epic rants on these GOP losers that I have to share with you. So let me play that clip right now, and then I'll talk to you right after. Play the clip. Well, here's that clip of Lindsey Graham. We just found it. Let's pull it up right now.
I'm sorry I'm so upset, but please help President Trump. If you can afford $5 or $10, if you can't afford $1, fine, just pray. Make sure you vote as early as you can in your state. Don't risk anything anymore. Vote as soon as you can. Pray for this country. Pray for this president. And if you got any money to give, give it. LindseyGraham.com. It doesn't go to me. It goes to helping this president and taking back the Senate.
How embarrassing.
What a crock of bullshit, right? Send it to lindseygraham.com, but don't worry, the money's not going to me. It's going to Donald. Really? Seriously, Lindsey, do you think that we're all that stupid that all of a sudden that he's now going to be shipping off that money to Donald? I mean, how would anybody know exactly how much? Who's going to do a forensic accounting? Let me tell you something. He's another fucking grifter, just like Donald. He's basically looking to grift off the fact that Donald just got indicted. Oh, thank God for Lindsey Graham. Do you remember some of the things that Lindsey Graham used to say about Diaper Donald in the past? That he's unhinged, he's a mental case, that he's sick, that he needs to be institutionalized. I mean, this is the shit that Lindsey Graham used to say in the past. Now all of a sudden, fuck all that. Let's just go ahead and let's figure out how to grift and how to grab more. Oh, this is terrible what they're doing, and pray. And if you can't pray, just send your money. I mean, go fuck yourself, Lindsey. How about that? I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to be shitting me, right? Don't worry about billionaire Donald Trump. He could pay for his own legal fees. He could pay for the repairs on his own 757 plane. I mean, he should be able to pay for all of his own crap instead of taking money out of the pockets of families that don't have the money in order to feed their kids, diaper their kids, or pay their electrical bills. He's asking for money for what? In order to find competent counsel who probably won't represent him anyway, to find counsel in order to represent a guy who has been indicted for, 34 different counts. I mean, come on already. There comes a point where it's stupid. And that's why I keep saying the same thing, which is that I don't believe that Donald raised $7 million. And I don't believe that they'll ever show the documentation to prove it. Because at the end of the day, it's a lie. It's in order to show the American people, oh my God, there's so many people that are so angry and so concerned about what's happening to dear old Donald that they're going ahead and they're sending in their money, that in 1 week we're raising $1 million a day. I call bullshit on that. All right. I truly do. It's just Donald's way of, again, trying to control the narrative, trying to show how, popular he is and how important he is. Think about what happened here in New York. Think about the Marjorie Taylor Greene showing up, the George, Santos, the fucking phony that he is showing up to New York, or Donald, who was hoping that he was going to be like Caesar, coming back, through the gates post, a war and post-victory. Instead, he came to a big goose egg. There were tens and tens of people. Marjorie Taylor Greene was here a whole 2 minutes. I wonder how she ended up paying for that trip. George Santos was here, the same thing, 2 minutes before people booed him the fuck out of, downtown, and they went running for their lives. Where did they run back to? Where did Marjorie Taylor Greene run back to? To Mar-a-Lago, where that night she ended up having dinner. It was her, Donald, and Matt Gaetz. All right. Why? Because Trump and his deflated ego, that baby ego of his, needed some air. They needed to be pumped up. And who better to pump up the deflated ego of Diaper Donald than Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean, Marjorie Toilet Greene, right? And Matt Gaetz. I mean, that's just what it is. And the rest of it is just nothing but a bunch of bullshit.
And now let's take a quick break to talk about our next partner, Lomi. Now, I've never been able to compost before. It was always too complicated, too much work, and frankly, I don't think I even knew if I was doing it right. Then I got a Lomi. Lomi allows me to turn my food scraps into dirt with a push of a button. Lomi is a countertop electric composter that turns scraps to dirt in under 4 hours. There's no smell when it runs, and it's really quiet. Thanks to Lomi, I have way less garbage each week. My family, we're down from 3 bags per week to just 1. And here's something cool. My wife, she recently started gardening, and we've been able to use the scraps of dirt to help fill her garden. And since I got my Lomi, I throw out way less garbage. That means it's not going to landfills and producing methane. Instead, I turn my waste into nutrient-rich dirt that I can feed to my plants. I feel so great knowing that I'm composting and creating soil instead of waste. I have a basically limitless supply of dirt for my garden. The other week, I had my in-laws over for dinner, and the food cleanup was a breeze. Plus, they think I'm super eco-conscious now. If you want to start making a positive environmental impact, or just make cleanup after dinner that much easier, Lomi is perfect for you. Head to lomi.com/beat and use the promo code BEAT to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you head to lomi.com/beat. and use promo code BEAT at checkout. Food waste is gross. Let Lomi save you a cold trip out to the garbage can. And now, back to the video.
Remember when Lindsey Graham was on the floor right around, I think, the insurrection and said, count me out? I think we have this clip. Let's play it.
All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough. DonaldJTrump.com. Go tonight. Give the president some money to fight this bullshit. This is going to destroy America.
You compare and contrast. I mean, you know, that
Go
is
to
the one of the,
LindseyGraham.com and give Donald Trump your money. All right. So we can stop this bullshit. Right. Let me tell you something. He's nothing but bullshit. He's a sham. It's disgraceful what's going on in our Congress right now. It's disgraceful when you see things like, you know, Lindsey Graham coming on television and begging for money like he was a televangelist in the old days. I know they compared him at one point in time. I forget who the televangelist, maybe it was Baker, right? And they did it side by side with the exact same language that that Baker used, that Lindsey Graham is now using. Then you see this unfortunate subcommittee on government weaponization, the fighting that's going on there, the fact that government really doesn't want the truth. Members of Congress like Jim Jordan, he does not want the truth. Now I understand that Jim Jordan is going to subpoena Mark Pomerantz to come in and testify. Not really sure what you expect out of that one, other than some more bashing of another individual, so that the Republicans could get their rocks off and that they can go ahead and figure out how to use it for some more campaign ads and so on. It's become a total fucking joke. It's become a freak show, to be honest with you, when you have the likes of a George Santos that will tell you, you know, that he's just raised off of this $250 billion for his campaign. I mean, there's nothing that comes out of this guy's mouth that is truthful. He's an embarrassment, not just to New Yorkers, but he's an embarrassment to Congress. He's an embarrassment to the country. And he's not the only one. There's a whole slew of them that are out there promoting lies and the misinformation, the disinformation, the malinformation. They don't want the truth. And that's why, Brigaders, I don't know, I say it every time and I have to say it again. We all need to continue to grow this platform. We need to grow this platform so that as a voting bloc, we get rid of these pieces of shit once and for all. Then look, again, I don't care if you're a Republican. I truly don't. I don't care if you will only vote Republicans, so long as if you're going down the entire line of Republicans when you're voting and you see someone like George Santos, vote for someone else, because that's not who you want to represent you. You don't want Marjorie Taylor, Marjorie Toilet Green, or, you know, even this Ron DeSantis. We don't need people like this, people who want to stifle your liberties. For what? for themselves. And these beggars, it's not like they're doing anything for anyone. The only thing they're doing is getting out there. They're defending, like I said, a twice impeached, now indicted former president and asking you to take your money and give it to them. Instead of keeping it for yourself, you're now going to support, all right, the illegal actions of a billionaire. That makes perfect sense to me.
Whenever I watch that clip, I just had to share it with you. I mean, Cohen is so brilliant. His impressions are so on point, and I just thoroughly enjoy hosting that show with him. So just remember, hit subscribe on our YouTube right now. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers. Wherever you get audio podcasts, just search Political Beatdown and make sure you subscribe there. You can check out our MeidasTouch Patreon site by going to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Check us out there as well. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. That was so good. All right. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Until next time, have a great day.
Lock him up. Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.MeidasTouch.com.